What is good, homies? This is Chris from the Small Hat Crew, joined today by Small Hat Nick.
Yo.
Small Hat Brandon.
Yup.
And guest of the hour, the ever-elusive Trevor.
Hello.
Alright, boys, so before we do anything, this is, of course, very obvious. We're doing an OP05 prediction tier list. We'll explain the tiers. So at the top, of course, we have Blurple Crocodile tier. This is a tier for leaders so broken that it's like, what was Bandai thinking? You just break the fucking leader. That's what this is going to be. This is going to reflect leaders like that. And then A tier, you know, is obviously leaders that are very good. They're topping consistently. B tier, leaders are topping. C tier, the leaders can top. They're probably really good in a local. D tier, you probably shouldn't even take it into a local. Red, green, Luffy tier, what the fuck are you doing? And then Whitebeard tier. Or actually, wait, it's not even, they've confirmed. So they shouldn't even be here. So we'll disregard this. But before we jump into this, anybody have anything to say, or can we go right into it?
Well, man, my boy Croc is where he belongs.
About that. So we'll go ahead and jump right into this. We'll start. What do we believe would be we'll just fill in the tiers so that we have point of reference for what every tier's power level should look like. What would we consider an ass tier, a red, green, Luffy tier leader?
Red, green, Luffy.
Uta.
I think What do you think, Trevor?
We should just put red, green, Luffy down.
Okay.
There, right? I mean, let's just stick the mascot where it belongs.
All right. Well, we'll stick them down here. I will also say, so we will order the leaders, I'd say, in B tier and above. C tier and below, it won't be organized. We'll just drop them in their tier and call it a day.
Yeah.
Because that's locals and whatnot, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. Yeah. All right. What would be considered a D tier leader? A leader that you can play in a local, you're probably not going to see success with on a
mono black Sakazuki.
You think so?
I was gonna say Smoker, like realistically. Right?
Oh my god, what? Okay. That's not what I was expecting. Okay.
Show me where the last Smoker showed up at your tournament, dude.
In set 5, I know I should know this doing the tier list and all, but what is Black getting in set 5?
Sakazuki.
Black blue Sakazuki.
Oh, right.
And he's giving you blue cards, though.
Yeah, all the Navy shit's blue.
So, yeah, I don't think playing Smoker is the worst thing, but it hasn't gotten anything in 2 sets, pretty much.
What is the black archetype for OP05? Because
that was Navy, pretty much, right?
Well, no, because Navy's blue. And there's only 2 black leaders that set. Sabo, which is Rev Army, which is red, and then Sakazuki.
We got some Dressrosa cards, like with the Rebekahs.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. Yeah, that's right. They doubled down. Okay.
Yeah, they did double Rebecca or Dressrosa, but they just made the Dressrosa like super generic, so Sakazuki is just the leader that plays it now. So,
okay. So I think one thing we'll have to address. Oh, my bad. Go for it.
No, I just think until set 6, Black is taking a very back seat.
Okay. Yeah. So,
sorry, I don't mean to cut off. Even if it isn't, like, we could put Sakazuki and Smoker. We don't need to really spend too much time here. It's the D tier. Anyways, well, I was gonna say that the pure black Luffy is even putting in more of a performance.
He's the best. He's the best performing black leader recently.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
I will say. All right, because I'm sure people are gonna find Smoker being in D tier for you suggesting that absurd. So I think before we do have to address. Most of you probably are already aware. For those that are not, Trevor actually is an insanely good player. He's cracked. He has like 6 tops at this point, I think. So he's not talking out of his ass. If he says he thinks a leader is down there, there's at least some rationale to it. He's not just bullshitting on the channel. Okay. So
yeah.
Okay. I don't think he'd be the best representative for a D tier leader. I think a D tier leader would be like Garp. No, Garp's probably.
Yeah, but we also said we're not really gonna care like what.
Well, no, we're not ordering anything. Like just a leader that represents the tier. You know.
I think
just drop him in.
We could put Garp down there. Monkey D Garp. I think D Garp in the D tier is.
That's fitting. That's very fitting. We'll go ahead and drop Garp in D tier. He could do well at a. Probably can't even do that actually. Well, whatever. Okay. C tier, a leader that can win a local and maybe even top an event.
In OP05, I'm gonna say Iceberg.
Yeah. I mean, purple gets enough for Iceberg to be a thing.
Why wouldn't we just say Kaido then at that point, right? Or like King? Crazy? Or no?
I think King would be a good example of that.
Or even Magellan.
Whoa, King going from having his own tier to being in C? I don't know, man.
Bro, Purple got really buffed this set.
Yeah, Purple goes crazy, right?
Like, I know.
I think.
No, it does. You know what? I'd honestly say Magellan.
Yeah. I
No,
could say,
Magellan,
I could
yeah.
say Magellan. Yeah, Magellan in C is a good one.
I think that's
Because I feel like Purple got a huge buff, but we all know who like the Purple leaders.
right. Okay, all right. B tier. Who do we think is a leader that will probably get some tops here and there, relatively consistently, but not at like the highest level?
That is a good question.
I personally, I'd say Nami falls to about B tier.
I can agree with that. You could just always sneak a win, realistically.
Yeah.
Do we think that it's doing that consistently enough though to be like B tier?
I mean, Japan doesn't post enough, unfortunately, to like see.
Yeah.
And we can't see enough in Japan to know if it's technically doing anything even below a certain point. But for us Americans, like we love Nami. Like we have a really diehard,
You're right.
we have a diehard fan base for Nami.
That's so
and
cringe.
It is very.
I
Cringe. Okay.
yeah.
All right, an A tier leader. I think an A tier leader would be a leader like Bello Betty.
long.
No, I don't think.
No,
Bella
actually, I think
Betty's
a leader like
doing enough.
NL.
Yeah, I like NL.
I think NL would be like a good A tier leader. Speak not forever, hold your peace.
I think to define A, it's better to put S. And I know that sounds really funny, but like,
No, I agree.
like, because
Well,
to me,
S.
oh yeah, you're right. Blurple Croc is S. You're
Yeah.
correct. I'm so sorry. my bad. But right now, technically, like win rate wise, it's not necessarily. I know it sounds weird, but win rate wise, Enel's actually posting really good win rate
That's what I'm thinking.
inside set 5 right now.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And it's posting. I think better win rates than Sakazuki, but the
What?
player base amount on Sakazuki is
Oh,
higher.
I see. That makes sense.
Well, it's really weird because Japan just got into like Sakazuki towards the tail end of OP05. It feels like.
Which is wild, considering how obviously good that leader was going to be.
Now, and I do want to preface this with like everyone that's going to say, "Oh, you see how much it stops in Japan." This is our prediction for this is for the viewers, of
The
course.
American.
Because we play different than Japan. We saw that with the past few sets. We've had different tops. It's you know there are definitely similarities. Good decks are just good,
Right.
but I think just like we said with Nami, how we have a fan base of Nami. We do have a huge fan base of Yellow too, so I do see NL getting a lot, and I mean a lot of play in the US of A.
Yeah.
I think for now putting him in A is okay. I think it defines A really well. I just think we have to at a certain point extend the possibility of him going to S based on the fact that like right now set 5 power creep there's 3 new leaders coming out of set 5 alone that just like bombard the meta in terms of the results and stuff like that. So we just have to understand that Enel is probably flexible, and even then, Kata Curry is actually someone that I've been seeing a lot of.
He's still topping.
Yeah, and technically he's the better
flagship.
Yep, and he's a better yellow deck because he plays the boss monster that yellow wants to play. So there's in theory that I don't want to spend too much time just defining these tiers and stuff like that. I understand that, but that's just something I do want to bring up is that Enel could easily be transferred to S, or Kata Curry could go to S, or they both stay in A, just at the top of A.
Well, we can always definitely revisit. I mean, we usually do anyway. Usually a leader like Croc will start out in D tier and slowly wake his way up to S tier, you know. So
for sure, he'll just slowly crawl. Slowly crawl through the video.
Just shotgunned his legs off. Oh, what?
Ironically, Kata Curry is like almost impossible to beat as a Nell. That matchup is atrocious.
Yeah.
I think we'll go with a very obvious S tier then. I think we just drop Sakazuki in there.
Yep. Yeah. At least from word of mouth and understanding how the game plays, yeah. As of right now, that is the most defined best leader in coming into set 5.
Yeah, it controls like no other. I mean, there is another that the controls. It's right to the left of him, but we're not. Won't be confused. I'm ready for that conversation. So.
Not yet.
All right.
Give it a minute.
Now, bro, we've given it 5 sets. So now
A minute, it's like 6, right?
This is true.
6 sets.
60 cents.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now with our tiers defined and point of reference for what every tier's power level should be looking like, we can start filling this in. You guys just want to go top to bottom or what?
Yeah, start at the leaders at the top and we'll make our way down.
Okay.
You could cut this from the video, but the fact that we put B as the defining Nami as the defining B deck really just pissed me off for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't like it.
I looked at it again, I was like, wait a minute.
Honestly, I think B tier should be defined by, like, this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay
scrap
with
the video. Let's start. No. yeah. Bella Betty, I think, might be a better representation.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. All right. Well, we're already off to a much better start. Let's go ahead. All right. So now we can actually move into the list. Okay. So starting top to bottom, then, where do we think a leader like Luffy goes?
It's wild because we've seen Mono Red Luffy show up, funnily enough, in like top in Japan's flagships,
Which is wild.
but it is wild. It's a Mono Red leader with 5 life and a still okay ability.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's enough. I would say he's probably bottom of B, top of C.
You think he's that high? I think he is. I think he's like probably mid C or somewhere. He's somewhere in C. I think is.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, C is defined as that list that like you might see 1 or 2 sneak in every now and then. I feel like Luffy is exactly that.
Yeah,
So
good into a local, could occasionally top. Yeah.
I
Alrighty.
agree with that. He
Mhm.
just has that red presence behind him, which is always just
Yeah.
going to be a brutal thing to deal with for most decks. Because if they just don't if Luffy just draws all the aggro cards and a deck isn't ready for it, then they run their opponent over, and that can just happen. And it's step 5. We specifically have access to these cards like the new Sanji, which is really cool. I think that's a cute card to be running in certain decks because it's a 6 cost, so it's really hard for decks to remove that on the 7 Dawn turn that they would usually be at. And then 10-drop Luffy is a powerful card. As someone who ran that over this weekend, that card's a game-winning card in most scenarios.
Yeah.
This set, it's a little awkward with Sakazuki, but if you're not in that matchup, then I think 10-drop Luffy is a damn near game-winning card.
Yeah, and Luffy would be the one deck where 10 drop can actually hit 12k. So
yeah,
there is also that. Okay. Next we have Kid. I think Kid would be like a high B maybe. I don't know.
What does green get? What archetype does green get in set 5? I'm looking it up now.
I do not remember. So green is.
Oh, right. Aren't we getting more Don Quixote pirates?
We are.
That is true. That is what it is. That's right.
Yeah.
Which I don't think helps his case.
It doesn't.
In the slightest.
There's nothing.
And he already really wasn't like a thing. I definitely wouldn't say B. I'd vote for C.
Well, Kid was definitely a thing. Kid just got second place at he ended OP04. He's ending OP04 strong, so it's not like he was bad.
No, that's post our weird ban list.
Yeah, so
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, with our ban list, Kid is very strong, and that even the Andres who got second would probably tell you that because he wasn't even going to be playing Kid, I think, before the ban list into that tournament.
Yeah.
But the ban list kind of helped him do that, and he's always been a green player.
That's true.
I will say though that with Sakazuki coming out, like there's just a slow green deck that in theory is like Sakazuki just eats that one alive.
Sakazuki will quickly reduce Kit down to one swing a turn. The only way you're getting a second is with your leader ability and taking card out your hand.
Right. I also want to say, like, this is kind of like it started with set 4, but we're starting to get into the power creep of leader abilities where Kid's leader ability just isn't like that great anymore.
Yeah, I'd say he's C.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
He's probably C now.
I've got no problems with it.
Yeah, I see him doing something at some point and being like, well, fuck.
At some point.
All right, Mono Crocodile. I just asked, why would you ever play him when Sakazuki exists now?
True.
Yeah, honestly. And then OP05, we got Navy stuff. I mean, we got the new 10-drop Kaido, which would be a thing, but
yeah,
I still think in that deck, the other 10-drop Kaido might be a safer play.
Nah, dude, draw 4, go Burr.
Draw 4 is
crazy.
Dude, because again, I've been testing a little bit of Set 5 just like the last 2 days or so because I took a little break after the weekend. But anyways, I've had that 10 drop played against me now, and I'm in love with that card. I hate Sakazuki as a deck. I won't probably play that deck at all. But like someone playing that against you when they're at like 1 or 2 life, and their hand goes from 5 cards to 9 cards, it's like holy shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
It feels oppressive because you're probably playing the deck that can't get rid of the 10 drop 12k that just drew them 4 cards, so they're on you passing, they're just gonna be able to swing that for free. They could theoretically play another one because they were able to probably counter out because they drew 4 cards.
Yeah.
Like it's just it's an oppressive card, and I don't see Mono Croc running that card as efficiently as Sakazuki does.
Yeah.
But blue removal is still very strong. I believe Hellhounds is not...
Yeah, it's generic as fuck.
It's generic.
Bro, nothing's leader locked anymore. They just don't care.
Yeah. So blue is this leader probably still sits around B because of that. I think the generic blue support that they got this set was insane. Like Hellhounds is making me want to quit the game sometimes. Like how bad that card makes me want to just punch the keyboard.
Yeah, I don't know
what
we
we're playing. Brand new swinging for 6k it's going to be in my nightmares constantly. But I don't want to veer off topic too much. But yeah, Croc I say would be around B for me.
Any disagreements?
No, I don't disagree.
That's a valid point.
Yeah,
what I will say is blue is going to be forever nerfed because of Nami existing, like the new ulti requiring you to play a multicolor leader to be able to search, or the new 5-drop spell saying you have to have a multicolor leader. So any blue cards that are generic like the Hellhound are just so good.
Yep.
Yeah, for the health of the game, they got to ban Nami, but that's neither here nor there. I've been testing as well, and honestly, I completely agree. Playing against Sakazuki, I usually destroy them. I played against one that played the 10-drop Kaido. They did 2 back-to-back, and I'm like, at some point, I'm like, I just lose the fucking game. Like, that card good.
The crazy part, too, it was like, if one hits the board, if they don't have the other, there's a pretty good chance they might just draw into it off those 4 cards.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Good fucking card.
Kaido, I think, would be, like, bottom C.
I'm not gonna lie. I think he's right there with Magellan, buddy. I think Kaido, any deck that just gets to use the new purple support innately becomes better at the game.
That's true. Wait a minute.
But like his Ripple life for 7 Dawn is like so bad into an L.
No, it's really good into it now because what you do is because everyone forgets about this card, I think, but remember, Kaido is still the only card deck that can run with the best with 10-drop Kaido. And what you do is you go 10-drop Kaido, you pass, and then you swing 12 with your leader. You after they take the life. You use your ability. You burn the life, and then you just swing another 12k.
God damn, you're taking us back to OP01 with that. That's flashbacks right there.
It's still a strong combo. It was the deck that I was actually going to run this weekend, but then I found the list that I was really running to run for Luffy. So that's the only thing that switched me off of Kaido this weekend was because of Red Purple Luffy. But I think Kaido is still a threat. Again, the only board wipe in the game that feels menacing with the amount of purple support.
God, that's the Kaido believer I see. Real passionate about this leader.
I'm a purple main now, dude. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. For
that's wild.
If you think about it as well, like there are situations where you'll have like multiple 5-drop kids on the board, and doing a -7 of your ability, you can just fucking do it.
Yeah.
And just not be at like 3 Dawn next turn. So really, might not be coping.
No, I don't think it is. I think a lot of decks, especially because Sakazuki is aggressive, but it's only like aggressive when it has the bodies, right? But if I can just if I can counteract your if I can just kill the brand news, I think I'm fine. I think that's me coping. I haven't tested the matchup enough. But like it's funny enough, like brand new is literally lethal in that deck, and it's so annoying how much that pesters me.
It's funny because I think there will be scenarios too where like, because they're afraid of the Kaido, they'll be holding Sabo in preparation for it just to save their board from being nuked on the following turn.
Mm-hmm. And some of them aren't even playing a lot of Sabos. Like a list that we're using to test right now only runs like 1 or 2 Sabos, and they're running 3
I've
more
seen 2 a
Salinas.
lot.
Yeah. And if they don't have that card to protect their board, and they're just fucked. Like I'll board wipe them, and then I get to play my game now. We don't need to stick on Kaido too much.
Okay.
Good deck.
Where do we put a leader like Zoro, X top Zoro main?
With the idea that where the decks are right now, until we get confirmation on our ban list, realistically, he's probably B. Oh man, I'm gonna probably get a lot of hate on this. Probably B. I don't know where he resides in B, but he's still a good deck because plus 1k for some reason just works. Who would have thunk it? But yeah, probably B. I don't know where you would want to put. You guys can judge on where you'd want to put him, but I just know he's not A. With our current ban list that we know is at least sticking until we get confirmation that the other latter half is not. The 9
drops coming off the list.
Not that they're using those cards. I think it's just the Rad Beams specifically, though.
Yeah,
Rad Beam
that's pretty much it. Yeah,
I
agree.
Personally, with where we're at now, I'd put him B under Bello Betty because I feel like right now with her list in the ban, I feel like she does what Zoro does but better.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I agree. All right. Where would we put a leader like Law? Law always has to be an A, right? I can't picture ripping him out of A.
With the ban list lifting, I think he's still an A.
I can't picture because even with the list in place, the man's still topping. Like, this leader will never be bad. He says play 13 Dawn turns. That will never be bad. He'll always find a way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I think they could have, like, if the ban list was implemented, like, they probably could have made Rev Army work. I don't know how they would have, but they could have made Rev Army
they'd find
work.
a way.
It's like Karasu alone is enough to make that deck work. Or
literally,
that engine work.
The only reason Law doesn't experiment with other stuff is because he doesn't have to. The minute they had to, they did it and just start topping again. Like, you know. Because also, like, Law's been set in stone for so long, but, like, he's only really been innovated, like, one other time. And the one time that those players innovated with him, he got second place back-to-back in 2 different events. With the whole Dongra Law thingy that was going on.
Yeah, and he was still on the base idea of running the Dan and then Bonnie Searcher. He wasn't running Nami Searcher in that deck, I understand, but, like, it was still the idea that you get to search the power cards, but also have that deck was relied on that you just get to your power cards technically faster on board.
Yeah, it also just had, like, a better high roll, I guess, but
yeah,
okay.
For sure.
There's a card.
There's nothing to discuss here. Let's just.
Yeah, right. There's a card in OP05 that I think people might try and play in Law as well. The new Kuma for Revolutionary Army.
Oh, he doesn't like play a 4K lore from hand or something.
No,
he gives.
2 drop 2K on play KO his character with 2K.
Oh right.
But he also has trigger if your leader is mixed color. Play this card.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with Sakazuki, like brand new, you just pop the brand news.
No, he has 3K power.
Oh, it's 2K. Duh,
yeah,
I'm a
2K or
dumbass.
less.
Yeah.
But also trigger play this card if your leader is mixed color, so you can potentially just get a leader ability when I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
El Flamingo.
What's it called? 7 Warlord support doesn't exist, so this leader can stay bottom of C probably.
Funny as fuck. Yeah, I agree. Still think.
Did he just do something recently? Not using this to argue his placement or anything, but didn't he just recently top something? Or isn't he topping again finally?
I think it was with the weird ban list he was doing well.
Oh, not even in America. I meant overseas.
Oh,
he started topping again. Yeah, I remember Garen was talking about it. I don't know. He didn't show me anything, but
I mean, the new ulti is good for it. Yeah,
because I also saw people on, I think, Facebook were arguing. They're arguing why is he getting more tops now than Mono Grok? I guess with that being said, actually, he should.
The new
one of them should either drop or the other should go up.
No, because the idea of being able to bounce a 5-drop is just stronger, right? In this meta.
Yeah, but Dofi's the one that's performing better. Let me see. Let's.
I don't know.
Yeah, because apparently this leader's topping now, and I saw a bunch of people asking why is he getting so many.
Okay. I think it's because on that, so I'll shut up on that one. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'll just leave him there. I don't care enough.
Because blue got really, really good cards the last 2 sets.
That's true, but
yeah, that's kind of it.
I mean, no lie. I think I'd rather play a Vankov over a fucking Dofi.
Absolutely.
Like a Big Mom at least just draws me 2 cards when I empty my hand. But
there's nothing you could do that would make me play that leader.
The last time, so Adofi did win a flagship, but it was back in September and has done nothing since then.
Okay.
Well, he's not winning anything. He's just topping. Yeah. Blurple Kaido.
Ooh.
It's a fun tier leader, but it's like I would take it to locals at most.
Yeah.
I think he's C.
We thinking Garp
He's
though?
C.
I mean, Garp.
He did gain that. No, he's definitely C. He did gain the purple support as well. Let's not forget that.
I mean, you're not wrong, but also like he kind of has a little bit of everything to the point where you don't even know what the fuck to play in the deck. Like he got a searcher and it just doesn't even feel right. It really doesn't.
The identity crisis of that deck is unfortunate, but yeah, I could agree. C is comparable because of the fucking purple support.
I think he's.
It's upsetting because that was my favorite leader. He was what? Was he set 1? I think.
Yeah, he was set.
Yep.
1.
He was. Yep.
He was my favorite set 1 leader after like the hell, maybe even set 2 when the purple support the fucking film deck came out. I forget when that was. Maybe set 2. But like I really liked him for a moment, and then I feel like he's just a crisis.
Dude, it's so funny to look at the amount of set 1 decks in our C tier right now. I think we have a problem.
Yeah.
We're just witnessing power creep.
I was about to say, there's a set 1 leader. There's 2 set 1 leaders in B and 1 in A.
Just wait but those 6.
Those leaders were supposed to be printed in like set 6 and set
True.
8. Like,
yeah.
Zoro, funny enough, plus 1K is still just crazy. Like, it should have been printed in set 6. Like, there's just nothing else to say about it.
Yeah.
And then
I think OP05. I think OP05 is the game finally catching up to Law. He's finally in his home where he should have been.
Yeah. Because if anything gets banned for Sakazuki, it's the leader, right? Let's talk about that. I mean, we'll talk about it later, but yeah, that's my thoughts on Sakazuki. Fuck that leader.
Like, literally, if Law wasn't a leader up until OP05, if Law was revealed as a leader in OP05, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I can understand that.
All right. So
the boy.
Do we even need to discuss it? Do we even need to?
Yes.
Is this even something?
Leave him to the right. Leave him in the right and let the people decide.
Yeah.
That'd be an interactive tier list. That'd be fun. Yeah.
Right.
I think he's like a C tier leader, probably.
Yeah. It's always just going to be the fact that anytime new support comes out for a color, barring the leader ability is manageable, it should do okay, right?
Yeah.
In theory.
I hope.
Yeah. Well, and I state that because like the next 3 leaders we're coming up on are like leaders that have good color support, but the leader ability is so atrocious they're just a vanilla realistically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of vanillas,
he's probably also he's purple. He should be C. I don't think he could be purple and be below C, honestly.
Yeah, the 7 drop.
Well, we haven't seen Shanks yet.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're right.
I think Shanks.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Well,
God
but does he even count as purple? He's just film. Like it's not even purple. He's just film, right?
Look. He can run that new 5-drop kid blocker. That's all I'm gonna say.
You're right. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
To me, the tiers also go like how we did Uta before. Uta's a mono red leader, but she's always been low because you also have to remember they're competing against other leaders of that color. And if you're playing like King over the new Luffy, you're just wrong.
True.
Why would I ever play film Shanks when I could play green purple Dofi and have green film also?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It just does. Oh, I don't know. I haven't even been like ordering this. I forgot. We're only gonna organize B and up.
Yeah. You've been hard organizing C, but
Bro, throw Uta down in red green Luffy tier.
Yeah, you can just throw Uta down there. There ain't nothing to talk about.
Yeah, nothing to discuss there.
It's crazy. All right, where would he list?
Where do we? I forget she exists, but where do we put a leader like the Black Sakazuki?
I think
D.
I said D still.
Yeah, I agree.
He's a D tier leader.
Black's gotten nothing for themselves.
God.
I mean, just throw a Smoker in there too, right? Where the
fuck
is Smoker?
Bro,
He's right below Whitebeard.
Oh, okay. Dude,
yeah. I was like, where did he go? I think I think Whitebeard's still gonna be good. I think he's an 8-tier leader.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's already showing promise, and then on the events that have been coming up, a lot of people have been switching over to like a pure rush build with like 4 Luffy, 4 Ace, 4 of the 6K 6 drop 6K Sanji. But again, it's the idea that this deck is good. We can't put him straight in A, unfortunately, because there's the idea that if we do not get our Marcos and our Red Beans back, then we're kind of SOL. I could see B. Predicted tier list is probably B. We don't know if he's banned or like his cards are unbanned or not.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I think A's probably too.
No,
big
and
of
I don't. No. He's not high B. He
oh, really? You don't think he's
no. Croc can still beat him.
I was gonna say put him above Nami at least.
I just don't. I don't want to worry about it too much. As the Whitebeard player here, I understand that deck needs a lot of help into the next set, and that help is barred right now behind the fact that it's banned. And until then, we can't really say much about it. And I don't want to theory craft a bunch of Whitebeard stuff until then.
I just never.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. They're just
never thought I'd see the day. Love it.
Well, there was a day where he had his own tier down here.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Key name on.
Who?
I think he's gonna do fucking awful into Sakazuki.
Absolutely.
It's the same logic behind Kid, right?
Yes.
It's just the green deck that gets bodied.
I think it's worse.
Yeah.
It's even worse.
But realistically, it's just the same idea. It might even be. It might be D tier because you can't even. The leader ability is useless if the body just gets popped instantly. At least with Kid, I can swing twice, even if he popped my body.
Yeah, I'd agree. D.
God.
Look how full
to see him beside leaders like
look how
this.
full the C tier is.
Yeah, it's
while we're here, we can throw Sanji down in Luffy.
Yeah, Sanji's
wait till set 6 though. We're fucking cooking with that leader. I can't wait for that shit.
With this one in specific, or do you mean the structure deck?
Both.
Hey, what the fuck?
I think Ivankov is
probably
a D tier leader.
I would, and now that I think about it, I understand the purple support is good, but realistically, King should still be in D tier. It just the leader ability is so counterintuitive to what the strategy does. 7-drop Kid, if you don't have 5-drop block Kid on board, just innately shuts down the ability already.
It's crazy too, because OP05 finally gave this man cards to synergize with his leader ability, and the cards are so mid. They're so mediocre.
Yeah, I mean the Wano's Straw Hat characters are one-ofs of they're 4-ofs as the 2K that Frankie is or Usopp is, or it's the Zoro. Zoro's the best card in that.
Oh yeah,
set.
Zoro Judo is wild.
Yeah.
Zoro Judo is insane.
Yeah, most purple decks are probably going to be playing that card because of just how insane it is.
Chronosuke is also cool to have though. A 2K that's just rush. It's like Ghetto
Jozu.
Jozu.
No, it's the same. It's the same as Jozu, actually, except for it's a 5-drop. That's literally is the difference.
Well, that's what I'm because wait, Jozu. Yeah, that's what I mean because it cost. He's so expensive. It's the only reason I call him a Ghetto Jozu. Z. I think Z's a C tier leader.
I can't speak on this leader, so I'll shut up on this one.
I was about to say,
bro, I don't think any of us have a right to speak on this leader, so we're all in the same boat.
As a set 2 Z player, I'd agree because I think Z still wants to kind of do the same thing that it did in set 2, which just doesn't work, especially with the new purple stuff minusing Dawn. The only thing that it has going for it is a 5-drop Kid, really good in the deck with his leader ability.
He's insane.
The 5-drop Kid is actually really fucking good in Z. I don't think it's good enough to get him past C.
Bro, he's good in everything. That fucker, he's good in Iceberg.
The problem with Z to begin with was once you start minusing Dawn every turn, it was impossible to come back. But you had to high roll and win at that point. And now that 5-drop Kid is you're not really minusing Dawn at that point, which is really, really good. But I still don't think it's good enough to bring him out of C at the top.
I also think too, because his leader ability is kind of competing with red purple law at this point now.
I think they do two different things.
Well, because Z is -4 remove, destroy -4 destroy. Law is -3 bottom deck.
Okay.
Yeah, and then play a body.
And then play a body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Law power crept it, especially because it also got access to the now probably. I mean, barring the fact that Sakazuki leader is just so strong, red and purple have some of the are probably the strongest base card pools. Sakazuki is probably carrying blue and black, in my opinion. I could be totally wrong on that one, but purple and red are just innately strong color pools.
So we said Smoker D, right?
I would argue for Smoker and D. Yeah,
I also feel that it's the fact that like blue and purple are just the two strongest support colors, so having that as a secondary color in a leader.
I think black is a strong, really strong secondary color. Look what it did to Sakazuki. Like, my god. Sakazuki without black is not the same leader.
No, I think it's the blue.
Well, no.
Yeah, I think support blue is the support.
You think so? Because the blue removal,
because
like Borsellino, for example, bottom of 4, it's like the removal is insane, but the range it hits is so bad that I think if it weren't for black cards to lower cards into that range, it would not be the same deck. It'd be much worse.
If the deck is called Sakaluchi because of the Luchi that's black in the deck, I feel that maybe you're right. I mean, you're not wrong there. The black cost reduction is probably what's carrying that deck as well. But like when a deck is just called Sakaluchi, I just think that the blue is the support at that point.
That color combination was just always gonna work well. It just didn't do what it's gonna do now because of Rebecca got like its own little like
leader locked world.
Because what?
Yeah. Now that we have a leader that works really well with black and blue, it's just
because I think what really breaks Sakazuki too is because like if not for the fact black existed, all of its removal caps out at 5 cost unless you're spending $6 on like a red rock. You know, Sakazuki has like red rock on bodies, like it's so ridiculous. But anyway,
it also has red rock on a 2-drop event.
Only bottom's a 3 cost.
Yeah. Drop event makes your brand new swing for a second.
Dude, it's so disgusting.
How do we feel about?
She goes in. She goes in.
You think she's B?
Yeah. Oh. Any deck that can just play 10 drop is just nutty. There's just like what are we gonna argue here? It heals. It takes a life. She also just gets insane yellow support that's generic in the upcoming set.
I was gonna say in set 5 it's not so much.
Set 6 she's gonna get so stupid.
No. Set 5 is still generic. Ohm and Holy are still generic.
Yep.
All the 2K that's a 5K body is a generic card.
I have no horse in this race.
I don't play yellow.
So Ohm is the character. If just in case to the people who don't know out there, Ohm is a character on play. You search the top 5 and you grab a Holy, which is a dog, and add it to your hand. And even if you didn't grab a Holy, if you already have a Holy in hand, you just play a Holy at that point. So he's a card that plays another body, and they're both 5K bodies. Ohm, though, funny enough, I think it's if you have
2 or less life.
You have 2 or less life, yeah.
Yeah, he gains a +1K. That is generic.
Vanilla.
And then there's now a 2K trigger that is a 5K body that you just discard a card and play it. That's generic. And I believe one of their new events is generic too, Brandon. You're the yellow player here. You'd have to let me know.
They can have their own Rad Beam if your opponent has 2 or less life.
Exactly. It's a 2K counter. If your opponent has 2 or less life, extra 2K. Insane card.
Yeah.
They have their own Hellhound. Their 2-cost spell is actually gross. It rests a 4 or less and then plus 3,000 power for 2 cost.
There you go. And that's a generic one, right?
Yeah, it's generic.
Yeah. I think Big Mom. I've always loved Big Mom more than Katakuri.
Yeah,
I think the skill cap. The skill cap of Big Mom is higher, but a generic just 7K swings is always just going to be popular and understandably more powerful. I'm not going to argue that. But just the new triggers in the game are just so good. I could talk for hours on Big Mom because I've always preached that was the best yellow deck. I got Brandon on that deck when he was first learning the color, and I think it put him as a better yellow player, and I think he knows it too, because that deck teaches you how to play yellow. It doesn't just let you play. It doesn't let the deck play itself. You have to understand how to play yellow at that point.
Yep. Yeah, you actually have to like script your turns with that instead of sit there and be like, well, I hope I get a trigger. No, it was I agree. Big Mom is just, when you play it well, it's so much more satisfying than just getting lucky with Katakuri.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna move on to our next leader now. Where are we putting Ace? I've dropped him in C.
I feel like he's going to be one that honestly we throw in like C or D, and it's going to heavily depend on the ban list.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say just put him in C for now because ban list. Sadly, a lot of this time right until the 8th, we're really ban list dependent because I think the 8th is when they're either going to just release everything or they're going to announce that like, hey, at the end of December these things come off, that type of stuff. Because I'm expecting, because there's only one tournament in December and that's in California. Right. I think that tournament is only going to have OP05 and the cards that they announced that are going to be released off the tournament allowed. Because I think they want to see what the colors are going to be, what the deck. I mean, it's probably just going to be Sakazuki. I think they should understand that. But I think they're going to try to see what like if Law and Zoro just don't show up at all, and see what the other decks do as well with those cards gone.
I agree. God, I hope Ninebeard comes off the list. I really do. I want him for Red Purple Luffy so bad. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I can agree.
Kuro.
So Trevor, what are your thoughts on Kuro?
Oh, love the deck, but he's D. Yeah, there's just nothing else there's just not. Oh, he might even be Red Green Luffy realistically. It's just his leader ability is so cool, but the cost to get that, especially in an upcoming meta where Sakazuki just gets rid of your Namis and your blockers for free, like you can't do shit. Like the deck relies on being able to put chump bodies out there, then swing multiples of times, and then rely on like a good green high end that carries them. But their low end just never stays on the ground. It's gone the first turn you play it.
They don't even need to do cost reduction with Luchi. He'll just take it out.
Yeah. Well, no, they do. If it's 2 Namis, they need to at least swing leader. But again,
well, that's what I mean. Like they don't have to.
Yeah.
They're not negging at all.
Yeah.
Also, Trevor also.
Before you go into one thing that I want to point out as well is that if you look at our whatever that S tier is, Crocodile, A and B, Bello Betty is the only exception because she just came out. But none of those leaders need specific support, while Kuro is a leader that needs specific support.
Yep.
And they're really only good for like the set and the set after they come out, because then they just stop getting that support.
Yep. Kuro does become stronger in the next set though. Set 6, because East Blue support, but that's
just the Fishman should strong.
Oh right, okay, yes.
Yeah. But anyways,
Arlong. I remember both you, Brandon, and Trevor have experimented with this leader. I remember Trevor, you were coping on him for a bit. So I mean, where do we go with this?
The coast back, baby.
No,
that's the damn on set 6.
Set 6. Okay, sure.
So much back. But anyways, just bad. There's nothing else to say.
Yeah, no, I agree.
There's a reason. There's only one green leader that stands out in the meta right now, and that's always gonna. There's 2. I'm sorry. There's 2. It's gonna be green purple Dofi and red green Law. And that's because the side support carries them a lot.
Right.
Or it can help them a lot, boost them up. But the yellow is strong again if you're able to play the generic cards that are strong in yellow, and green doesn't have enough to carry it alone. And Arlong's ability is it's still Flamingo but worse. You don't even have hand power at that point, which is sadly so sad. Card needs support, man.
No, he doesn't. I think honestly, I don't even like that they're giving him support in OP06. I think he's where he belongs, so he should stay there. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to get better. But Iceberg, I think Iceberg is he's a C tier leader. I really do think Kid Blocker does wonders for this guy. Literally, you just play a 5-drop body for free. Like, it's kind of insane.
No, I agree.
I have no hat in this.
No, Trevor. I think you do, actually. I think you do.
I used to love Iceberg.
Yeah, I know.
Still do, but I have not. I've been so meta-driven these last few sets that I just haven't looked at for fun shit in a long time, really, other than, like, Kuro is
You're saying Iceberg's not meta?
I don't know.
That's
is he?
I don't think so.
I've seen Iceberg roll some people with.
Well, I know that I think about it though. It was that fucking Japanese channel where every single game he won. He won every single game because he was on the right. Yeah. So with that being said, actually, I'm actually gonna drop. No.
I'd say D. My take on it is even like Rebecca, who had cards for her like Kyros, everything like that, not being able to attack was just very like in your face with the leader. And I feel like Iceberg is always going to suffer from that, no matter how good color pool gets.
I don't disagree with that. I think Luchi's a D tier leader.
Yeah, it's the same logic behind Sakazuki and Smoker.
Yeah.
These decks got no support in the last few sets, and the sword that they did get, it's just power crept by the fact there's a blue-black leader that just does it all better.
Yep. Yeah. Sakazuki might have been the worst thing that could have happened to Black. Like, I think, because it's like, sure, Black's doing amazing now. Black's, arguably probably has the best leader at this point. Or at least he's in the conversation. But he has invalidated like every other Black leader at this point. He's power crept. It's the idea.
It's the same logic behind whenever we read Law in set 1. Like, Sakazuki might have just been too early. Yeah. Like, that's realistically what's happening here. And unfortunately, it came at a time where, like, control decks are just going to reign free because they've got low to the ground, like, pops now, or removal now. That's just insane. They got everything in set 5, and it's frustrating. It really is.
It's funny because I also... Go for it.
No, I'm just saying his draw one, trash one needed to like have a Dawn.
It needed something. It should have been free. I'm amazed they didn't make it draw one, trash one at this point. Like, fuck.
I'm so mad that I can go. If I go second, I can trash a card from my search off of leader ability, and then play a brand new. And now my next turn, my Rob Lucci's activated, and I didn't do shit. And it's annoying me. It really does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I finally get to play a meta deck. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, Congrats, I'm excited guys. For it. I really am.
Congrats,
Black,
guys.
Yellow, Big Mom.
Put her in C tier.
What?
What do you mean? No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I actually don't know where this leader would go.
Luffy tier. She is. So I would say way lower than D because the problem with her is she's like, Queen. But literally a worse Queen because you have to pay 4 Dawn and discard a card. The leader ability is just non-existent, so you're playing a vanilla Big Mom basically.
Does the 10-drop not carry that enough though?
No.
No. Now let's also talk about 10-drop with the new what does Mon Cherie do again? Holy shit, I should know what that card does.
It rests itself, tap 1 Dawn, and it grabs back a black card from trash. I don't remember if it has a restriction or not.
And the reason that the 10-drop doesn't carry it enough is because you're playing a 4-life leader, so by the time you get to 10 Dawn, you're probably at 1 or less life, so that 10-drop is so much less impactful because you can just... There's a way better chance that you just lose the next turn over playing a vanilla yellow.
True enough. Never mind, you're right.
Fair. Yeah. Katakuri is still A, I'm pretty
sure.
A
tier, absolutely.
Also, set 5 was Dressrosa and Alabasta and Celestial Dragons. That's what set 5 black support was.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Wait, that was Celestial Dragons had like 2 cards.
Yes.
No, it got 3.
Oh my bad.
Yeah, don't shit on those dragons.
Fucking hell! I don't even know what do you mean? 2 of them do. Then I don't remember what Charlos does. Wasn't he like if you have like 4 on the board or some shit, he does something like?
No,
if all your go ahead.
Okay. If all your characters have the Celestial Dragon type, give all of your opponent's characters -4 to their cost.
Honestly, kind of cracked.
But then none of them do anything. So the annoying part about it is none of them do anything to a low-cost character. They just lower the character's cost. None of the
Well, no, they have the event that does.
Yeah, right. It's the event.
But at that point, it's like, am I playing the deck for the event? Like,
what does the event do? What's the payoff?
Choose 1 KO. It's a 3-cost spell. So choose 1 KO 1 character with a cost of 1 or less. Bottom deck a 1 or less. Replace one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 1 or less at the top or bottom of their life face up. Then if you control a Celestial Dragon, draw 1.
Yeah.
That is not worth putting 4 Charlos on the board. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's it's funny. So I was just thinking about like when you said, Trevor, that we might have gotten Sakazuki too early. It's funny because I kind of agree. However, also once you go into OP06, it's like we got him too late. Like, because he's not competing with Yamato. So
is he not?
No.
Really?
No. At least every time I've seen him go against a Yamato, he has lost it pretty decisively.
Okay, got it. I don't look ahead. I mean, you guys know that about me. I do not really look ahead. Like I'm just looking into set 5, and me and my test partner are really just testing set 5. But I just assumed that leader again is just always going to be strong. It's like someone's going to figure it out.
It needs a 1-drop searchable blocker. To be honest with you.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so it just needs a broken searcher. I get you.
Well, no, it has a searcher. It got the 1-drop navy.
Oh,
you got a 1-drop searcher next to it.
Searchable blocker.
It needs a 1-drop blockable.
Yeah.
They could get one. They could give it to blue. You know, I don't know.
I do want to say, by the way, like if we do get a lot more celestial dragons in the future, I think they do have one of the best stages in the game, which is
very well. I forgot what it does.
All right, hold up. We got off topic super far.
We really did.
That's a classic. That's a classic Straw Hat video, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, dude, we're just vibing.
Yeah,
just shooting the shit.
Exactly.
But that's what
Yamato
want. So Yamato.
Can't play 10-drop.
I don't like this leader. I think she's like a really low C leader.
I mean,
that's just me.
Good generic yellow cards.
She's cute though. It's gonna have to be D. It gets
okay.
Wrecked.
Cool. I agree.
It gets wrecked by Anel and Katakuri. And Katakuri's already doing a number to it, and then it just gets bodied by Sakazuki.
That's true.
Bro, you can't show me a yellow leader that can't play Big Mom and expect me to care. Like,
yep, that's just it.
So why is Anel so high, brother?
I have not been a fan of Yamato since she came out. I always thought that she's just been a bad leader.
I love that leader. I contemplated playing that leader in Orlando. Funny enough.
That's funny.
I almost went to that event and I played her because I was so sick at the time. I was just like, "Fuck it, dude! I'm not gonna try this event."
And you didn't play her, and you did well.
Were you actually sick?
Dude, I was sick as a dog.
Bro, I thought you just wanted the bedroom to yourself.
No,
I was like, this fucking guy.
No, Chris. There was a point in the round. I think Brandon was around me at the time, dude. I was sitting down, just like almost passing out and like taking medicine at the time. I think Brandon was there for that, dude. I was not there to be playing. I shouldn't have played at all, but
that's how he topped in that fucking regional. His opponents were scared of getting COVID.
Facts.
Yeah.
Hey, I did do a COVID test before going. I didn't have COVID. Let me just announce that real quick. And it was just a sinus infection.
I remember Garen was talking about because you don't feel like people being afraid of, like, just giving it to you because they're afraid of COVID. I know Garen was talking about people like being afraid of like if you go in with the blicky and like you just put it on the table and say give you the win. You know.
The what?
Blicky.
Hey, yo.
Put a gun.
Okay. I might be too jaded for that one, buddy. I don't know.
What do you think of Blickyzuki, though?
All right, dude. Everyone relax. Everyone relax. Let's talk about the black.
Crazy that this leader's been doing good.
D tier.
Is this the epitome of black D tier?
Yeah. It honestly is.
Unfortunately, it is. What's the point in playing those leaders when I could just play Sakazuki?
True.
Yeah, it's.
And not to say
VV might actually be red green Luffy tier.
All right, I'm always gonna cope VV because I think Ace is a boss monster in that deck goes crazy, but that's just me.
I want her to. I've accepted I was wrong with VV at this point. It's never fucking happened.
Bro, half the
given up.
population that played this game has to accept that leader's bad. It's okay. I read Iceberg, dude, because like I have friends who played Super, right, and a lot of Super got really bad for people. Whenever I think it was called Mecha Frieza. I think it was Mecha Frieza. But anyways, he used to be able to summon creatures for pretty much almost free, right? And when you read Iceberg, summoning a 5 cost for -1 Dawn was insane to hear. When you're in the middle of set 1, you're like, bro, I'm only in set 1 and we're already summoning 5 costs for 1 Dawn? That's nutty. And then the leader just does nothing. I'm like, all right, I ate my words.
Yeah, literally, because this leader, I remember like getting into debates with people. 'Cause from day one, I thought this leader was so ass. Because what I always saw with this leader was, I will, at most, there will be turns where I won't attack at all. Because summoning sickness, and then my leader can't swing. And if the body gets answered, if there's another turn I'm not swinging.
Yeah.
You know, unless you have like a Kaido, 9-drop Kaido, you're probably like, oh my god, this leader just screamed ass to me. And I was so happy. And you know what's crazy too? So I was so happy to see this leader flop, to just see this leader never do anything, because it like proved I was like right about it. And even in spite of it never doing anything, anytime I've put this leader low on a tier list, people still bitch in the comment section. Like, no! It's like,
they're diehard
what
fans,
do you mean?
And I love that people bitch in the comment sections, because they'll also say like, oh, I'm like 10-0 with that deck, but you guys have to remember you're 10-0 with the deck on the sim, and when you play on the sim, you're playing bad.
Yeah.
People really need to understand, when you go on win streaks on the sim, you're playing against bad players that are just getting into the game, can't go to locals. You're playing against bad people. Stop the cope. I'm sorry. Like,
I'm gonna pause. Like, this is, dude, black yellow Luffy leader is kind of dumb.
Black yellow Luffy.
Do we get abilities? Do we finally get abilities?
We got his ability. We haven't gotten the other two yet.
We are just talking the shit, huh?
I guess so.
I think the real thing to talk about is how Hiroshi, the guy who released this, has 141 Discord notifications, and
fucking true.
That's what we really need to be talking about here, guys.
Chris, how many Discord notifications do you have? Because I know yours.
I have over 1,000.
No. All right, never mind. Skip the topic. I have to leave now. I have to leave soon. So like, it's crazy.
Green purple Dofi.
Oh man.
I think he's high B. If he's not still A.
Yeah, no, I could agree with that.
Do we think he's still just film, or do we think?
Yeah, I would put money on him still being filmed. If he was Don Quixote, I'll be fucking amazed.
I'm gonna try. There's a build that I've been trying to test. I haven't been able to test too much, but I've been theorying with a lot, and it's like it's a killer based build. Like, it's the Kid Pirates build that like searches the Kid Pirates cards with like the Killer Searcher, and then having access to like the 10 drop. And then funny enough, like, if you read Birdcage in this meta, Birdcage is crazy with the amount of cards it puts under.
Oh, I think
trap.
I've seen some people are messing around with that, because also I think the way they're playing it too, they have the Birdcage, and then they're also using 7-drop kit to make sure they never hit the 10.
Exactly. That's exactly how you would play it. Is you would just play it to never hit 10 Dawn, but you just spam 7-drop kids, and you're a 7 to 8k leader that has every one of their characters tapped at all times.
Yeah.
And it just
really gross.
It feels like a control deck that could do well, but the issue is is it gonna do good into Sakazuki? That's just or does it have enough lethal potential to kill a Nell? That's the issues that we have with the deck right now.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we'll see.
We could probably throw Isho down in D. If not,
I was gonna say Monkey D Luffy tier. If
gonna say if not,
if we're putting solid black and solid green decks in there who just like have good, like, there's no way this leader's doing shit, right?
Yeah.
This leader isn't doing shit into Sakazuki. I know that much. Yeah. He is literally rocking the 2 colors that do fucking nothing into the face of Sakazuki.
Yeah.
And he's sacrificing a life for it, so.
Yeah.
Here come the comments. I have a good Isho list that's 5-0 on the sim.
Top.
Rebecca's C. Rebecca's C.
Too.
Okay.
And only reason I state that is a lot of good players are coping her right now, even into set 5 in America. Because I think a lot of people just love the idea that Orlumbus is still a card, and Kairos is pretty much unkillable in most scenarios. I know that Sakazuki bottom decks him.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Bro,
go ahead.
I know you don't pay attention to the next sets as much, but did you see the new 7-cost spell we're getting in set 6, the blue one?
I think it bottom decks a 2/6 costs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
That card's crazy. But what I was gonna say about Rebecca though too is, again, the generic support of Hounds is so fucking annoying. And
it is.
They also get the new blocker in Manchuri, Rebecca and Manchuri, and because of how their deck plays, they could use 6 Hound Blazes against you.
It's great. I was gonna say Blazehound is like a blessing and a curse for Rebecca, because it's gonna be so good for her to have.
Yeah.
But also the fact that it exists now just means that Sakazuki's gonna hit her face, pull a card out her hand, minus Kyros by 1, and then bottom deck it with Hound. Like,
wait, how does the deck have 6 Blazehounds?
No, I'm saying like you could use Blazehound 6 times. Like you put 4 in the deck, and then you recycle the cards back into your deck, and you recycle.
Oh yeah.
Like it's a deck that can just do that, right? Like it can cycle through its deck very fast. It draw, you'll draw these cards, and you could just play kind of like how like Sakazuki's theoretically playing right now, and just like swing with like Leos and stuff like that with Houndblaze. Because if the meta's
what
just
a stupid card.
If the meta's 5k leaders and it's not like the purple leaders and it's not Whitebeard, then realistically what you can do is still just swing with the 2k, because Leo's 2k, right, on the power.
He is.
Yeah, Leo. So Leo just swings for 5k.
Yeah.
Rebecca swings for 5k. Yeah, I like Luffy swinging for 10k, and you probably removed the blocker that was on board.
Trevor, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Did a Houndblaze touch you in an inappropriate way or something?
Dude,
obviously, it's all he said. That's all he's saying.
Bro, me and Arvin have been testing this matchup, dude, and I'm telling you right now, if there's a card that makes me quit One Piece and not go to Nats, it's because of Houndblaze. Dude, the value of that card.
Yeah, it's honestly ridiculous.
Yeah,
it just doesn't make sense.
It makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense.
It's at minimum 3 Donna value just for the 3k.
Dude, and then the worst part is like, okay, so he's been playing like the Sanji's peel-off build that's been going around as well. Bro, when his life is stacked with like the Sanji's peel-off and the Houndblaze against the deck that I was running into, I'm like, dude, I just want to blow my brains out.
Bro, like, it's so... Because I saw when people start playing around with it too. Because literally, it's like you hope to hit the trigger. If you're having a free enough turn, you can play it. Worst case scenario, though, if you actually do draw the card, just fucking pitch it off leader and then draw a card. Like, there's no penalty. There's 0 penalty.
Dude, it's so bad.
Oh my god.
Bro, and then like Arvid was doing it to me too. Like I would play right, and then I would pass over to him. I'd be going first. I'd play a 1-drop Searcher and then pass to him. Bro, for 2 Dawn, he would just use a Houndblaze just to get rid of the Searcher, so he didn't have to take a swing. And I was like, go fuck yourself. Because he knows he can do it. Because he knows he can do it. Sorry. Yes, Brandon, Houndblaze touched me. I'll shut up about it now. Sorry.
I think Queen is I think Queen is still good. I think the existence of NL invalidates Queen, and I think makes Queen B.
I disagree with it invalidating Queen.
Okay.
Well, I agree with Queen being like high B. I've been playing around with B, and playing NL does feel better because. So here's the difference, right? Queen can go way higher than just the 1 life, so you can protect yourself more. But in Nell, you don't have to worry about going to low hand size, which is Queen's biggest weakness. So I do agree, Enel is just better than Queen. I still think that has a place in the meta, and I would say that it's like, I'd say it's doing way better than Zoro, personally.
Yeah, I will say the reason I don't think it would, I think it would be invalidated by Enel would be because this is a leader that only heals when it has the body on board, and if the deck to beat's going to be Sakazuki and they can just bottom deck your A-cost character, then what are you doing? Is how I kind of look at it. I do think it's better than all of these, though.
And with that, with my playtesting of Queen, against Sakazuki, it's not completely unbearable because most of your big bodies deal with the stuff that they use, like their Rob Luchis, you have ways to get their like big bodies down as well. In fact, their Borsalino is 7-drop, so he never sticks on the board. It's literally a back and forth match,
right? And
then whoever ends up with like the big body wins the game.
Queen gets an 8-10 vanilla.
Yes, we do, with a 1k count.
That's funny because that just sounds like the blue matchup, despite them both being dual
it is
color.
Literally a back and forth, and then whoever lands with the big body on the board wins the game. And it's, I'd still say that it's like it's been 50-50 what I've been playing. I haven't been playing like.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be interested in playing like Trevor's Sakazuki deck. Once he. On the sim.
All right, Yerpo Crocodile. We just throw him down here in Luffy tier.
Yep.
But then, as you guys have been saying, he is gaining some new yellow cards. He's also getting the purple. Actually, wait a minute. He might.
I can see him in D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could.
Yeah, both his colors gain.
No reason to waste our time.
Okay. Yeah, red, purple, Luffy. I think it's A tier.
I think we.
Wait, the list.
Yeah,
the list
it's high B. I think it's high B, but it's definitely not A, buddy. I want it to be A, but it is not A.
With current ban list, it is not A.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd put him in D. Yeah, I was gonna say A.
Well, that's a bit much. That's a bit
I
much.
think he is prepared. I mean,
Okay.
6k leader can't go wrong, but that ban list fucking smoked him.
Ooh.
he's still doing amazing is the crazy part. Like, he just won an event. Was it last Sunday or was it Saturday? I don't remember.
Red, purple, leafy?
Yeah. So, yeah, he won an event, and then I also just, like, maybe 4 hours ago interviewed the other red, purple, Luffy player that got top 8 as well. And the only player he lost to, he lost in top 8 to the other red, purple, Luffy player. Like, yeah, like, red, purple, Luffy's kind of...
Who'd you interview on? I saw you interviewing somebody in here.
His name is Christos. How do I pronounce his last name? One sec. I have his.
From the
an article
from the Europe scene, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No, those dude. The fucking. Oh, that list was so beautiful. The guy who won that list was so fucking beautiful. Oh, that list was amazing.
Yeah, but like red, purple, Luffy's finding a way to do it in the list. He sure as fuck won't be able to do that with the current ban list in OP05, but I mean, it's just a testament to his power. There's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, we're in a slow meta that doesn't have a lot of control to get rid of the slow cards. Next set, we have a deck that just rips apart control decks or slow decks.
Oh yeah.
There's just the Tesoro builds that are happening right now just won't exist in Set. I believe they would not exist in Set 5. I'll eat my words if they, if it ends up happening, but more than likely it will.
Yeah. I'm gonna give a hot take. Red, purple, Law, even with his new support, I think he's like top of B. I don't think he cracks A. I'll let you guys do what you will with that.
I haven't played it, and I haven't played against it with the new set, so I really don't have a say on it. I know it's good, but I just haven't really played against it to know how good.
Yeah, I don't think this leader is competing with.
I'm sure
the
Arden's
likes
been
of
playing it, right, Trevor?
He's going to be. We're going to be doing some theorying with that deck later on. Right now, we're just testing like what we know is popular, and then we're testing him into the deck that I'm looking to be playing in Nat's format, but we will find out as the time goes on.
Is that deck purple Luffy?
I will not say right now. Unfortunately, I do not want to say. Right now, I don't want to say because I don't know exactly what I'll be playing. I don't want to like put something on to somebody and then they just like I don't show up with that deck. It'd be rude. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Because I also just know that we do not have anything in between other than that December tournament, and I won't say anything until after that December tournament because I have an idea of what's going to show up there, based around like I know Sakazuki and Enel are going to show up, but I think there's a sleeper pick that I'd like to see if it's going to show. If it shows up, I won't be bringing it to Nats. That's my idea.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I wish. I don't want. Yeah, like that's the only reason I don't want to say anything is because I want to see what December is without like saying anything out loud. Not that I have any influence. I just want to see what that's going to be because that's an exciting tournament for everybody.
Oh,
At least it should be.
Yeah. Alrighty. I don't think he's
Law shambles the entire fucking B tier down.
Well, I think that alone should throw him an 8.
Facts.
I mean, he's the only leader to do it, so S tier.
I'm throwing him in B. No one's contesting it, so that's where he.
I'm not gonna
agree. Red purple Law is strong.
Yeah,
he's strong. He's a very good leader. I just don't think he's gonna be.
I am coping on this next leader. I'm gonna let you know I'm coping hard.
Bro, with 5 drop kid blocker, this leader goes kind of stupid. I think
it's a 7k swing every single turn.
C, right?
6k for the first couple.
We're just doing C, right?
I think C.
I think he. Okay, all right.
I'd argue to put low B just because 2 very good color pools, good leader, but I'm okay with C too.
We're not ordering C, understand that. So anybody who thinks that we're just throwing him in C, he could be top of C, low B. But realistically, I don't think he breaks the B tier unless he shows something because he did nothing in Japan. And he reads as the best leader of the 3, in my opinion.
You think so, bro?
No, he reads fantastic for a 5-life dual color leader.
Yes,
it's Luffy.
He gets an extra draw. He swings for 6k just by minusing a Dawn. Like he does, and he has access to now the 2 best color pools in terms of raw card power, more than likely.
Bro, Luffy. Luffy's just inherently 6k.
Right.
And says play with 11 Dawn.
We also have to
and access to go for it.
Well, we also just have to remember when Whitebeard came out, Japan didn't really do anything with it right away.
No, he was really good. Remember, he was in their conversation. It was they didn't, because in America he was the best deck, whereas in Japan they were still debating if it was him or Kinemon.
I don't. if I recall, maybe I'm remembering incorrectly. It's been like 9 months, but I don't think he did anything like right out the bat. Like they didn't really play around with him right out the bat because the leader ability just reads meh.
No, Brandon is actually right on this. So Kinemon in set 2 in Japan.
Off rip, yeah, it was Kinemon.
It was because they love control decks over there, so that was just the best leader.
Yeah.
And then Zoro came up, and then Strawbeard came up. That's what happened. It wasn't even Whitebeard.
Yeah.
It was the Strawbeard that came up, and some decks weren't even running the Whitebeard 9-drop or the Marco. They were just running Straw Hat cards with Ace. And I think Thatch. Yeah, Thatch. That was it. That was just it. It was funny to watch.
God.
That's how powerful that leader became, because everyone's like, oh wait, my life is a resource? Oh, then I'll play this leader.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
But I think Kid's gonna do well in the US of A. If people give him a shot.
I hope
Brandon,
so.
Brandon,
I think so. I really do think he's gonna be. I think he'll be a B tier leader.
Eventually he might be, but I until we see him do something, I don't want to put that idea that he's on the same level as Zoro. Like we would be putting him in the same tier as Zoro, Whitebeard, Red Purple Luffy, Red Purple Law, and Green Purple Dofi, who have all done something.
He does.
Yeah.
Searcher, right? He gets a searcher in set 5 too. Yeah, Killer.
Yeah, Killer.
He does.
Nice.
Unfortunate part about Killer cannot search himself, which is really unfortunate whenever you're playing, like, because I was trying to theory the
5-drop Killer is not great, is it?
No, but whenever I was looking at the green purple Dofi deck list that I was trying to build, like I wanted to put the green Killer blocker in the deck, but Killer can't search Killer, so it was just like sometimes that searcher is funny enough limited whenever you're playing that card pool, but red purple it should be fine.
Well,
it's like how the Tashigi searcher can't grab the 2K Tashigi.
Exactly.
Right.
He does search the 2 best cards though, like the not best, but the 5-drop and the 7-drop Kid are just really fucking good cards, and he searches them both, which is insane.
Absolutely, you are correct. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue on that one. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, we'll see.
Anybody contesting that Sabo placement? I threw him in C tier.
I personally think Sabo is another underutilized leader. I still think he has to earn his place, so I don't disagree with C for now. I don't know what you guys think.
I can agree.
Yeah, well, I like it.
Yeah.
I love the idea of Sabo's a bit like I've actually played against again on the Sims, so whatever, but like some people that actually played him decently, and I'm like, oh, that the leader can be very fucking annoying when played correctly.
What does that leader do?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that leader does.
Dawn times 1,
Okay.
if a character with a 5k or more power would be KO'd, give it minus 1k power instead.
That's crazy.
Yeah. My problem with him is that Sakazuki exists, so that leader. He just turns off his leader ability. Like
I mean, yeah.
I feel like
Corazon, I think is a Luffy tier leader.
Damn, dude, my boy Corazon. I love that man though.
The first blocker leader we get, but
I love you. It's gonna be such a
I just don't know why it's a Don Quixote Pirates leader, bro. It's wild.
You don't know why?
Well, he's also Navy.
Yeah, he's also Navy.
I know the lore of Corazon. Like I got to that part at least.
Oh, I
just don't get why the blocker leader was Don Quixote Pirates Navy.
I love that he is.
Yeah.
I feel like he would have been a good leader if he was mono green. I feel like having a blocker leader as a 4-life leader was just bad design.
Yeah, that was very flawed actually. I'm not sure what happened there.
Absolutely. Until that, dude, I think every blue deck is just going to be gassed whenever that Sanji comes out, dude. I love that Sanji. That Sanji. The Sanji's
the 9-drop.
The 9K.
The 9-drop 9K that plays anybody.
In green? Are you kidding me?
Bro, him playing Croc off the top.
Dude, I know.
Gonna be insane.
Him playing
8-drop Croc, gonna be insane.
Playing 9
Gonna be insane.
Oh, we're skipping a set. Holy shit.
Yeah,
I know.
I do not look ahead, but Sanji's my favorite character, and as soon as I read that Sanji, bro, I said, fuck the Zoro, dude. That Sanji is gas.
Bro,
his alt art is gas as well.
It's also true.
By the way,
it's really good,
did we only get one? Like only the Zoro is manga in that set?
As of right now,
yes.
Yeah. As far as we know.
Yeah.
There is a flagship in 2 hours, so we might see maybe Manga's Sanji at the time.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I fucking hope. And we're on our last leader, and I think he's also Purple Croc tier.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is he?
You don't think so?
I mean, he dominated Japan until they were like, "Oh, hey, look, Sakazuki."
Sakazuki showed up, buddy, and he just fucking kicked the can, bro. My idea there is like, if you look at tournaments, yeah, he's doing better than Enel, but that's because he just counters Enel innately. But I don't think that puts him at S tier, right? An S tier deck shits on both decks, or like just overall beats the meta.
That's fair.
Luffy still dies to wall very easily, and it can still die to Enel. It just has a good matchup into Enel, and then Sakazuki eats that deck alive.
He does.
Purple Luffy.
He actually does.
Purple Luffy has the same problem that Whitebeard does. Is it revolves around its board state, and if it loses its board state, it's done. It's cooked. The game's over, and you don't have the same draw power that you would in Whitebeard with this, because you don't play searchers in that deck realistically. At least not a lot of people do. I am still trying to make the searcher event work. Because I think that card's really strong because it searches like the best cards in the deck.
Right.
Yeah, when you're at sea, you fight pirates.
Exactly. Like that card should be played in the deck. I understand why it's not though. Most purple decks nowadays just play good 50 card pile decks. That's really what purple decks are.
That's all purple is now. They're dropping fucking vanillas like.
Exactly. Like it's just play the best 50 cards you can find, and the fact that Ulti and Page 1 is the best of some of the 50 cards is a statement on like how purple's card pool also is true. But it's a good combo though.
Looking at our top 5 leaders, every color is represented.
Yeah.
That might be a first.
Wait.
Every single color has made it in.
It's so sad that 2 of them had to be on the multicolors. It was just not good enough.
Because I only noticed, the only reason I noticed because I was like, damn, look at blue fall off. And then I realized blue's actually at the top on Sakazuki. So.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, shit, but black? And then I looked at the top again and saw Sakazuki.
Yep. You know,
he's carrying these colors.
Oh, he for sure is. But like, and again, I've been testing it, and like my theories going into the set was like my thoughts going into it was like Sakazuki just dies to like aggro decks, and then I've been playing against the deck, and I'm like, dude, it doesn't even die to aggro decks really. Like it just it does it. It does it all, and I'm getting annoyed by it.
I saw people saying that like the balance in Sakazuki was like you're saying dying to aggro. People were saying that the decks that Sakazuki loses to are the decks that go wide. I don't see Sakazuki lose to anything. Like
I will say it does like die to build wide decks, but the issue is that can you build wide enough before they clear your board? That's the issue.
Saying you're gonna out wide the bottom decking.
Yeah,
literally, it's like there's the bottom decking, and it's also like you have to go wide knowing a card like Luchi exists.
That's the other issue, dude. A good play in that deck is legitimately double, like against like the Zoro players, a double Luchi into Houndblaze, and that's 10 Dawn, but that's like that's a good play. It clears.
Bro, I've seen people play.
That's a board clear.
Yeah,
they play their Rebecca over the Rob Luchi to pick the Rob Luchi back up off the Rebecca to play it again from hand, like hard cast it.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Gross.
Yeah.
It's gross.
I would love, not that I don't think anybody would play it, but I would love to see 10-drop Kuzan played in that deck. Just because I think the idea of like not having to rely on like drawing Ice Age all the time would be nice for some of these big bodies. And if people aren't prepared for it, no one's getting rid of that card very easily either.
Which card?
I think the only person that would probably be another Sakazuki.
And that's the issue though, is that it's all right, now they have to take the time to remove that card, and then I just get to play my 10-drop Kaido right behind it. Like,
God.
What's annoying is I feel like all of the blue and black cards that do something to a cost character was like carefully selected, like, hey, it can't do anything more than a 5-drop. And Sakazuki is just like, yeah, add 1 to all of them. Just fucking.
Literally, that's why I say, like, that's why I say I think the black half, like, Sakazuki having black as a support color, I think broke that leader, because all his good cards are bottom decking everything, and all that's being abused by the black. Like, he is bottom decking shit that should never be getting bottom decked. Like,
it's so annoying.
Yeah, like I saw a 9-beard get bottom decked, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, this is not supposed to. This is not right.
Yeah, there's a reason that starter deck Inas are about $10 a piece right now.
Yep.
What's annoying about it to me, the most annoying part is that all of the new Navy cards that came out being in blue just made it so like if you want to play a black leader, you can't even look at the other ones. You have to play this leader.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
I think
anybody have any? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say, anybody have any closing thoughts before we wrap this one up?
I don't think so. I think this looks good.
Yeah, no, I think so too.
With a little testing I've done.
Purple Crocodile might be a little low, but you know.
That's fair.
It'll climb.
It's like we said, it's the rare appearance of Trevor. We know where we've missed you around here. Anything you want to shout out while we have you?
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy. I mean, I'll be doing a lot of Step 5 testing and getting ready for Nationals. I hope to see I can't wait to see a lot of the players that I've met over just playing the game recently, this last year there. Hopefully you boys come out as well, by the way. I don't know if you guys were planning on it or not.
I'm
I didn't get in.
Well, just I'll tell everybody if you just want to go. I think you guys should just be going first off because of the content that you guys have out there. You guys should go for your fan base and to grow your name out there, and then also the side events. Even if you didn't get in, go farm the side events. Because like if it's chopper, imagine farming chopper events, and just constantly because it's a weekend event. And there's going to be product galore out there. Just go farm chopper events and make your money that way. Because if you're just playing Sakazuki, you should be able to farm any event.
Yeah, well, everyone else is playing Sakazuki too, but
that's why you play 10 drop Kuzan, dude.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And remember, those guys are sim players, so they're bad.
I mean, while all the people that got their nats, all the people that got their nats invite are in nats right now. So just go flip farm side events while the main event's going on.
True.
Obviously, duh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, if that is all, and nobody has anything else to say, then with that being said, until next time, we'll see you guys.
Later.
Brandon.
Oh, later.
Don't forget to join the Discord.
Oh yeah.
If your leader placed low, you know why.